his answer to his critics?
Those people got a job to do.
That's a good answer. Let me read to you an article from the Miami.
I wanted to read the article.
You read that one? How did you feel about it generally?
Sir, those kids that come here and pay their money to see this show come to have a good time. They're somebody's kids. They're somebody's decent kids, probably, that was raised in a decent home. If they wanna pay their money and come out and jump around and scream and yell, it's their business. They'll grow up someday and grow out of that. I'll say this, and I'd like to add it to what I just got through saying about. As a rule, most of the adults are real nice. They're understanding. I've had them to come around to me with the hundreds and say, I don't personally like your kind of music, but my children like it, and so on, and if they like it, well, I hadn't got any kick about it, because when I was young, I liked the Charleston, I liked the Foxtrot, I like this and that. They're adults with a little intelligence. I mean, you know, that they don't run the people in the ground for having a nice time.
Okay, back to the clipping. Where did you get the name Elvis the Pelvis?
From somebody just like the character that's writing this article here.
Do you have any idea what school?
No, sir, I wish I knew. I don't know. Of course, I don't like to be called Elvis the Pelvis, but I mean, it's one of the most childish expressions I've ever heard coming from an adult. Elvis the Pelvis, but if they want to call me that, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it, so I just have to accept it. It's like you got to accept the good with the bad, the bad with the good.
Okay. Do you recall the first time you sang in public? You remember when the first time you
Yes, sir. It was back when I was about 10, 11 years old. I was on an amateur program at a fair.
And did you use a lot of gyrations then?
Well, I wasn't doing the type of songs I'm doing now.
Oh.
Nobody knew what rock and roll was back in those days.
But when you hear rock and roll, it gets you on fire, or?
Oh, not when I just hear it on the radio. When I'm doing it on the stage, you have to put on a show for people.
Yeah.
In other words, people can buy your records and hear you sing. And they don't have to come out to hear you sing. You have to put on a show in order to draw a crowd.
Yeah.
If I just stood out there and sang and never moved a muscle, the people would say, oh, my goodness, I can stay home and listen to his records.
That's right.
But you have to give them a show, something to talk about.
Uh-huh. I read a clipping somewhere where you were attributed as saying that the Holy Roller,
I have never used that expression. But that's another deal. See, I belong to an Assembly of God church, which is a holiness church. I was raised up in a little Assembly of God church, and some character called them Holy Rollers.
Oh, I see.
And that's where that got started. I always attended a church where people sang, stood up and sang in the choir, and worship God, you know.
Uh-huh.
I have never used the expression Holy Roller.
Do you still attend church?
Every opportunity I get. I don't have as much opportunity as I used to because I'm on the road most of the time.
In the holiness church, do they have peppy music?
Peppy music?
Mm-hmm.
They sing hymns and spirituals. They sing spiritual songs.
Do they sing them at fast tempo?
Yes, sir, they do sometimes.
How long have you been going to that church?
Ever since I was old enough to walk.
And do you think you transfer some of that rhythm into your...
That's not it. That's not it at all. They was some article came out where I got to jumping around from my religion. My religion has nothing to do with what I do now, because the type of stuff I do now is not religious music. And my religious background has nothing to do with the way I sing.
Where's the first time that you used the rapid action?
My very first appearance after I started recording, I was on a show in Memphis where I started doing that. I was on a show as an extra added single, a big jamboree in an outdoor theater, outdoor auditorium, and And I came out on stage, and I was scared stiff. It was my first big appearance in front of an audience. And I came out, and I was doing a fast type tune, one of my first records. And everybody was hollering, and I didn't know what they were hollering at. Everybody was screaming and everything. And then I came on stage, and my manager told me that they was hollering because I was wiggling my legs. And I was unaware of
Who was your manager?
Bob Neal.
Bob Neal, okay.
And so I went back out for an encore, and I kind of did a little more, and the more I did, the wilder they went.
Now let me ask you a question or two about Tom Parker. How did you first meet Tom Parker?
Well, when I was with Bob Neal was my manager. The Colonel used to take shows out on the road. He'd hire me for an extra-added single. And he undoubtedly liked the performance that we did, so we decided to start working together. Him as my manager.
Well, did Bob Neal turn you over to Tom?
Yes, well, his contract was up.
Well, his contract was up.
Yes, I had been with him a year.
And did you pick Parker, or did Parker come for you?
Well, we more or less picked each other. In other words, it was like this. The Colonel, if you want me as your manager, I'll do the best I can. And I told him, if you'd like to manage me, I'll work for you. It was a deal like that, you know.
What date did Tom Parker take over?
It was March the 15th.
So, what year? This year?
Yes, sir.
1956. This is August. And he's just been with you for 3 months. Well, you're all right.
Wait now, March, April, May, June, July, August. He's been there about 6 months.
6 months. What about your acting career? Do you have any plans for an acting career?
Yes, I do.
You have a contract now with
Paramount.
And how long is it?
7 years. Picture a year.
Do you look forward to your acting career, or
Yes, I do. I think I'm going to enjoy it.
are you looking for a TV show of your own?
No, I'm not. I haven't even thought about it. I'm just not ready for this yet.
You mean in your own experience, you're not ready yet?
That's right.
How do you handle autographs?
What do you mean?
How do you autograph everyone that reaches you?
Everyone that gets to me, I always do. I never turn anybody down.
Sometimes you seem to disregard the protection given you by people in the theaters and the ushers and so forth, and maybe shake hands with someone and reach over the rail or something like that, or you open the window when you're riding in a car when you know it, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Why do you do that?
Because I hate to, in other words, if it wasn't for getting mobbed and maybe clothes torn off, stuff like that, I would go right out in the middle of those people. But I hate to turn anybody down unless autographs. Buys pictures and wants to get them signed tonight.
How many autographs do you sign a day?
I don't know. But I hate to turn anybody down. But in a situation like, most of the time, the crowd is so large that you couldn't autograph everybody.
How did you happen to adopt long sideburns?
I just always wanted to. When I was growing up, I always wanted to grow them because makes you look a little older, and I just always liked them.
How's showtime? We doing all right?
Yeah, we're gonna keep them.
Do you have any opinion why you are such a big hit?
Oh, that's a pretty stiff question. I don't know how to answer you. I just it's all happened so fast to me, so I don't know what it is.
Do you think that the promotion which Parker handled has anything to do with that, you becoming a solid hit, or do you think you would have been a hit anyway? That's kind of a tricky question, but
well, I was making quite a bit of money, but I mean, I wasn't as nationally known as I am now. Because the Colonel has a lot of friends in the entertainment business. He has a lot of connections. Knows lots of people that are important wheels in the business.
okay. This voice is at Paul Wilder talking with Colonel Tom Parker, manager for Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley says that he doesn't know where he got his style. Have you any idea where he got it?
No, I have no idea, but I know it's a good one. I think Presley was a star from the first day he ever started going into show business. I think anyone could have helped him that knows something about show business.
What do you think your greatest value has been to him? Well, what has been your
I think my experience and in a small way handling his future with making contracts where perhaps someone would offer a certain amount of money and I thought this artist was worth more and I held out for my price. I've lost some deals, but I gained some others by waiting.
How about the promotion of him? Has he been his own best promoter, or has there been some additional help given?
I think the press, radio, his public, fans, himself, his friends around him, people, his relations. I think there's no way to pinpoint how much they contributed. His records, the R.C. Victor people have done a great deal for this boy. I think they've done more than anyone else to exploit his talents all over the world.
R.C. Victor?
Yes, and
did you get him that contract?
Yes, I did. And the first recording company, the Sun Records in Memphis, Tennessee, I think we should all be grateful at least that they brought his first record out. If they hadn't, perhaps no one would ever found Elvis Presley.
Elvis doesn't have any reason for why he is such a tremendously popular figure in both record sales and personal appearances. Can you give your reaction to why he has made the top?
Well, many of our friends have said that we like to see Elvis. We feel that he puts everything he has into a performance on the stage and also on records. No one can deny that this artist, whether they like it or not, has a tremendous amount of energy and talent. But somehow he has an appeal not only to the teenagers, but quite a few grown-ups.
Do you think the criticism has helped arouse defense for him so it's helped promote him publicly? In other words, has every knock been also a boost?
Well, I don't know about the boosting or knocking, but I know that the name Elvis Presley is becoming a household word one way or the other.
He has been booked by a movie studio. Is he going to have any training as an actor, or is he a natural already, or what do they plan for him, do you know?
Well, when we made the screen test for Mr. Al Wallace at Paramount Studios in Hollywood, they tested Mr. Presley in a singing role, and also while he was there, they gave him a short story or some play, whatever you may call it. And Mr. Wallace decided after seeing the test that Mr. Presley was capable of starring in a dramatic production. When and how, I don't know, but Mr. Presley had no training in acting.
Can he play any other kind of role besides Elvis Presley?
I think Elvis Presley could play any role he makes his mind up to play.
What song, first, Mr. Presley, is your favorite that Elvis has recorded?
Well, sir, it's pretty hard to say.
That's the point,
I believe the first one is All Right Mother.
Yes, sir. Is that your favorite?
That's one of them. Yes.
One of your favorites. I know that they're all your favorites. How about
The next one would be, Hound Dog and several others. I can't remember.
I see. Do you have a favorite, Miss Presley?
Baby Playhouse.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's a good one.
That is
Don't Be Cruel.
Don't Be Cruel.
That's my two favorites.
Don't Be Cruel. Yeah, that's a good song.
A very good
Like I
one.
said, there's so many of them, I can't remember the name.
Yes, sir.
Well, I know that you're just so proud. I know that every parent in the world who had a son as popular and as famous as your son would be equally as proud. And I'm saying,
Appreciate all the good people here. Knock yourself out of being so nice.
yes, sir, I'm certain you do.
Especially the police department and the highway patrol.
They have done an excellent job that they have, sir. Did you by chance get a chance to see the parade today?
No, sir, we didn't get here in time to see that. We was being told about that. The family walked over and was eating dinner.
Yes, ma'am.
About what a nice parade they had. And I wish them we'd have got here in time.
Oh,
We didn't.
it was terrific, and everyone was having such a fine time. And I know that you're sorry you missed it, and I know that you've heard it was a wonderful parade in our Elvis. Well, I'm sure that you know that the whole town is just wide open to the Presley family. And
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
well, thank you. We've enjoyed talking to you so much, and lots of good luck to both of you here.
Thank you very
So very glad to met you both, Mr. Presley. Good night, Miss Presley. Thank you. Elvis, welcome to Tupelo.
Thank you, sir.
Certainly nice to meet you, Elvis. And I'd like to ask you just a few questions. I know you're in a terrible hurry. First of all, how does it feel, all this tremendous reception, to be back home after these years and have everybody come out to see you and meet you like this?
It really feels great. I've been looking forward to it for a long time.
Have you met a lot of your old friends tonight?
Sure have. I've met a lot of people I went to school with, and a lot of my kin folks that I haven't seen for a long time. And it's really been a great day.
Oh, I know it has. And it's been a great day for the people of Tupelo, too. They had a terrific parade in your honor this afternoon. I wish you could have seen
I
it.
wish I could have been here, but I
Great.
couldn't make it.
We met your parents tonight, and they're awfully proud of you, and I know you're proud of them. And Tupelo is certainly proud of you. I'd like to ask you a couple of questions, other now, before we quit. One is, how do you feel about the reaction of the teenagers, like the young lady who jumped on the stage this afternoon and the way they act down in the audience? How do you feel about it?
Well, I really enjoy it. I mean, I think it's real great that they care that much about you, you know. I had people ask me that I think it was silly. I do not. I think it's wonderful. I mean, I'm glad that they're thinking of us.
Well, they certainly do think enough of you, and I think that's evidenced by the fact that they're out there just chomping at the bits right now for you to come on out. And I wonder if you have anything you'd like to say to all the people of Tupelo and your friends and relatives here.
I'd like to say to all the people that brought me down here, Mr. Ike Slavery, and the mayor, and the governor, and all, thanks for giving me the most wonderful time of my life, and all the wonderful people who come out to see us.
Elvis, thank you so much. It's been terrific to interview you. Would you like to say one thing about your movie before we sign off?
Well, it'll be out in November. It should be released 1st of November. That's all I can say about it.
Have they planned any kind of premiere for it?
No, not yet. I wish I knew.
Well, good luck to you, Elvis, and thanks a million for the interview. We'll see you.
Elvis, nowadays, more or less, in fact, since you got out of the Army, people's opinion of you seems to have changed. The press, the public. How do you account for this? Is it by accident or some kind of design?
Well, I've tried to be the same all through this thing, you know. Naturally, you learn a lot about people, and we're involved in a lot of different situations. But I've tried to be the same. I mean, the way I was brought up. And I've always considered other people's feelings. I've never, in other words, I didn't kick anybody in the leg. I don't just sign the autographs and the pictures and so forth to help my popularity or to make them like me. I do it because I know that they're sincere. And they see you and they want an autograph to take home. They got an autograph book. They've got their little camera and everything. So you have to know that, regardless of what anybody says about my private life is my own. Well, it is to a certain extent. I mean, everybody has to have a certain amount of privacy. But once you get involved in this business, you have to consider that. You have to consider that these people are sincere. They don't know the kind of life you lead. They don't know what kind of person you are.
And so I try to remember that. That's all. It's simple. It's no problem. It's no big effort that I put forth. It's the way I feel that is the right way. Thank God I've been pretty fortunate. I haven't made any bad decisions or anything. But just the way I was brought up, my surroundings, my mother and my father and the whole family were always considerate of other people's feelings.
Your mother was a kind, calm woman. She was extremely supportive of you and very understanding. Tell us about Gladys.
It's funny, she never really wanted anything fancy. She just stayed the same all the way through the whole thing. I wish, there's a lot of things happened since she passed away that I wish she could have been around to see it. It made her very happy and very proud. But that's life. I can't help it.
Elvis, what do you think of yourself as?
I beg your pardon?
What do you think of yourself as?
You mean as an entertainer or as an individual? Or
Both.
Well, I can sum it up fairly easily. I have a lot that I'd like to do, a lot that I'd like to accomplish in time, but I feel that it takes time to accomplish certain things. You can't overstep your bounds. I'd like to improve in an awful lot of ways, there's one thing, the acting thing. And naturally I try to get better songs or sing a little, things like that. What I look at myself as, not being, not really playing everything down, but as a human being really, who's been extremely fortunate in so many ways. Although I have had and still have some very lonely, there are times when I really don't know. It feels like I don't know what I'm going to do next. But I've experienced a lot of the different phases in life. I've experienced happiness and loneliness, the wealthy side of life, the average side of life, not having anything, but not knowing what it's like to have anything. So, and tragedy, like losing my mother while I was in the Army. And although I think that things like that, as tragic as they are, tend to make you a little better human being, really, because you learn more about yourself. It gives you a better understanding of yourself as well as other people, and it can only help.
Do you enjoy your work?
I like the business I'm in. I like to entertain people. The money or the financial end of it is not the greatest aspect as far as I'm concerned. It can't be, because if it was, it would show. And I wouldn't care about the other people, or I wouldn't care about a performance that I gave. Of course, it's great if you can get in a position to have things, I look at myself strictly as a human being who's, like I said, been very lucky, but whose life has blood running through my veins and it can be snuffed out in just a matter of seconds, Not as anything supernatural or better than any other human being.
How does Elvis Presley relax? Do you have any outside interests apart from your movies, music?
I like rugged sports. I'm not knocking people who like golf and tennis and the other things, but I like rugged sports, such as boxing, and football, and karate, and things like that. I have a great ambition to play football. I have had, and I still have, believe it or not. I would say right now, all kidding aside, that the thing I keep up with most is professional football. I know all the players, I know all their numbers, who they play for, and I watch all the games I can. I get the films from the teams themselves if I can. But next to the entertainment thing and music, that I guess would be the biggest.
Do you have any time to read?
No, I read quite a bit.
What do you read?
I don't read any of the books much that other people read. I'm going to tell you what I do. I mean, very few people know it. I read a lot of philosophy and some poetry. Have you ever heard of a book called Leaves of Gold? It's by different people. It's different men's philosophy on life and death and everything else. Well, that type of stuff interests me, to get these different people's opinions on different things.
Do you like yourself?
Sometimes. No, what I mean by liking myself, I'm proud of the way that I was brought up to believe and to treat people and have respect for people. When I am pushed to a certain point, I have a very bad temper.
Does it happen very often?
Not very often. Not very often. I could probably count the times, but when I have, it's always been pretty bad. But it doesn't happen very often. Of course, everybody has a temper. And then I don't like myself, later.
Do you like to work?
Yeah, I like to work. I like to have a little time off, too, rather than to do anything, which I've had very little of since I've been out of the Army. But these obligations that I had to do.
If you were starting to entertain now, would you do anything differently?
If I had to entertain the one?
Well, if you were starting out now and playing the guitar, would you do anything different?
I would make it a point to do something, do a certain thing. I've got to do just like I've always done, going by impulse and just what I feel, the spur of the moment. That's the only way I can operate.
Do you have any goals for the future? I mean, is there anything particular you'd like to do in music or in the movies?
I wouldn't like to stay in the same vein. I mean, I wouldn't like to be at a standstill. I'd like to progress. I'd like to do a lot of things, but I realize that it takes time. You can't bite off more than you can chew. You can't go out of your limitations. You have to know your capabilities. Like, I have people say to me all the time, why don't you do an artistic picture? Why don't you do this picture and that picture? Well, that's fine. I would like to. I'd like to do something someday where I feel that I've really done a good job as an actor in a certain type role. But I feel that it comes with time and a little living and a few years behind you. I think that, really. And I think that it will come eventually. That's my goal. You have to have something.
Do you think you've changed much?
As an entertainer or as a person?
As a person?
Well, naturally, I was 19 years old when I started out. So you get a little older, you learn a little more. You see things a little differently, and you see people a little differently, you know, usual things.
There's been some criticism of some of the people surrounding you. How do you feel about that?
I've had a pretty good lesson in human nature. It's more important to try to surround yourself with people who can give you a little happiness, because you want to pass through this life once, Jack. You don't come back for an encore.
If you were a father, if you had a child, you could only get that child one piece of advice. What would you tell him or her?
Well, not having a child and not knowing what it's like, I don't know exactly. But I think my biggest thing would be consideration for other people. The thing I was talking, consideration for other people's feelings. Because in doing that, you can keep yourself from becoming hardened and hard, you know, therefore making you, I think, a better human being.